I don't know where it was from. It was like...
Oh, stop! What the f***? Guys!
It looks like we ain't getting to sleep yet, babe.
Two people broke every rule the mountains give you, on purpose, in the same night. Jasko and his friend Chandler had heard the warnings before they reached Cabin 13, deep in the Appalachian Mountains. Don't answer if you hear your name. Don't leave the trail. Don't go into the woods after dark. Locals call it the murder cabin. In 1996, Cheryl Filippo was bludgeoned to death here by her own husband, staged to look like a break-in. The room still carries that weight. Jasko felt it the moment he stepped inside. A heavy, deliberate quiet, like something had been waiting. He knew the rules. He broke every one of them anyway.
In late April 1996, James Filippo and his wife Cheryl drove from their home in Nitro, West Virginia to Cabin 13 for what was supposed to be a romantic retreat. But in the early morning hours of April 30th, their quiet vacation turned into a violent nightmare. At 2:11 a.m., Filippo placed a frantic call to 911 from a nearby payphone. He claimed that a masked intruder had broken into the cabin, attacked the couple with a knife and a piece of wood, knocked them unconscious, and severely injured Cheryl. Responding deputies found Filippo outside the cabin wearing only his underwear with minor wounds on his legs. He said that a vehicle had been stolen and that he had run for help. Inside Cabin 13, however, officers discovered a far more disturbing scene. Cheryl was bludgeoned to death. Her body was left in a pool of blood. Investigators quickly noticed inconsistencies in Filippo's stories. There were no signs of forced entry or disturbance in the muddy ground outside the cabin.
The spirit box gives them a phrase almost immediately: seeking revenge. Then nothing, just the two of them by the car. Later, walking back to that spot, it says the phrase again, word for word. Jasko asks directly who is seeking revenge and tells them not to mess with him. No answer comes. Around the same time, he catches a shape near the tree line, watching.
And arrested, and he's serving life in prison. Is he still alive?
Drowning happened.
James, I don't...
We're right by a body of water.
Literally.
There's a river. Swear to God, I thought I just saw someone standing there for a second, then it was gone.
Oh.
Was that a human, or was that...
Yeah. Who's down there?
Around a little bit.
You're asking if James is still alive. I don't know, but I know that the murder happened in 1996, so...
Okay.
Could be.
Before he was even born, that's crazy. Revenge seeker. I wonder if it's like, Cheryl is vengeful, obviously, of what her husband did.
True.
And she wants to get, like...
Yeah.
Minutes before he walks the road alone, the device gives him 3 names. 3 women. He knows none of them. Then, the road goes silent. Then, it says his name.
Okay, so Chandler needed his headphones, and I needed, Chandler? Wait a second. I was gonna say, I'm gonna call him real quick. I don't have service. Bro. Chandler. No. Why did they want me to go to the road? I have chills right now. I have fucking chills all over my body right now. No. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
I heard you.
Where?
Down the fucking drill. Don't do that shit.
What are you talking about?
I heard you, dude.
What are you talking about right now?
You called my name.
No. I'm gonna turn this off. What do you mean? I just got set up with all my stuff.
I literally went to the car to grab your headphones.
Yeah?
Grab myself a pair of sweatpants. No, 'cause I heard you. Bro, I'm standing at the trunk. Trunk's open. And I just hear, Jazz? And I turn around and I'm like, Chandler? So I go to the steps, nothing there, nothing on the path. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was killed.
Oh my God.
The EST session turns aggressive fast. A woman's voice screams a single word directly into Jasko's ear. Then the pair hears wind chimes. Impossible, since there are none anywhere near the cabin. They ask who the voice belongs to. It offers a name. Then it circles back to something older, the river behind the property, and whoever might still be in it. Jasko remembers something about James Filippo. Before the murder, before prison, he preached at his own congregation. A man who stood in front of people every week and told them what was right.
Oh my God.
What?
It was clear as day, woman's voice, and it said, crazy girl.
Crazy girl, woman's voice.
Crazy girl. Oh, I didn't like that.
Okay, who's the crazy girl? Tell me her name. Is it Dorothy?
Babe?
Babe. Are you talking about a lover? Is there... We were trying to figure out if there's anybody that was drowned in the river back there as well.
Pray for them.
Pray for who? All the lost souls?
Ah!
Oh,
Jesus!
That was so loud.
Pray! It screamed.
Pray. No, wait.
More. It's tone.
Because-
Indoor voice.
Cheryl's husband, James, the one that got caught and put in prison, he was a pastor, a preacher of some sort at his congregation.
In the loft, Jasko finds a small door behind the bed, barely large enough to crawl through. Something tells him to stop before he reaches it. He does. Downstairs, he decides not to mention it. Not yet. Not until he's sure what he actually saw up there. Chandler brings it up first, using the same word the door did.
Did it, right? And then I stood up and I was like, I'm going to go back downstairs. And then I saw something. And I wasn't going to tell you, but I have to tell you now because it's part of it. But there's a door up there behind your bed.
Oh my God.
There's a door, like a munchkin door, behind your bed.
Wow.
And
Okay, hold on.
yeah.
And why'd you have to say munchkin?
Well, I was looking at you and I just thought of it, but it's like a demon door, the small little,
Right.
and oh man. So I started to get closer to it and you said, stop. And I stopped.
Bro, I didn't even know you were up there.
And then this thing said human. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell.
Hours later, something hits the wall. Not a tap, a bang, hard enough to wake them both at once.
Jess. Jess. Yo, Yasko. Yeah. Hey.
What?
Get up.
Okay, I'm up.
Get up. I don't know.
What happened?
Come on. There's somebody outside. I don't know who or what. And then all of a sudden there's a big bang, and I don't know where it was from. It was like...
3 separate moments, 3 different distances. A shape at the tree line, a voice on the road, a bang against the wall they were sleeping next to. Each one closer than the last, like whatever was outside had been working its way in one room at a time. By morning, nobody had an explanation for any of it. Some places do not just remember what happened inside them. They keep inviting it back. What do you think was calling Jasko's name that night? Still with us? Subscribe. The next encounter is already running. A video from the channel Twin Paranormal, published February 2nd, 2026, followed creator Wyatt and his team through a night inside a remote cabin in Kentucky, one of the most active paranormal hotspots anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains. This was their second trip into these mountains, after the first one had already gone badly. The area comes with a rule locals take seriously, passed down for generations. If you hear whistling, a voice calling your name, or anything that sounds human, you did not hear it. You do not answer. Some connect it to old mountain legends, wild men, unseen watchers, shapes that move just beyond the reach of a flashlight.
Behind us is a new cabin here in the Appalachian Mountains.
Not only that, the area we are in right now is also the biggest hotspot in the Appalachians.
We are staying the night and we are going to see how big this hotspot truly is. Those of you who don't know, the locals all around the Appalachian Mountains have a... No, you didn't. No matter what you hear out here, if it sounds real, do not respond. But we are here for a totally different reason.
Inside, the group rang a bell and waited. Within seconds, something answered. Heavy footsteps crossing the porch outside, pressing into the boards hard enough to feel through the floor.
Listen to the sound of this bell. Follow it. Oh, not that. That's your sign to approach. Wait, none of you guys are moving?
No, swear.
Was that upstairs or in there? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I looked, I thought one of you were like stepping around.
I was waiting dead still for a noise, literally. Good plan.
Seriously.
Did that sound like the porch?
That's so fucking loud.
Am I tripping out right now?
Not long after, a whistle cut through the trees. Long, drawn out. The exact sound they had just been warned never to answer.
Things are just different.
Ever since the sun went down, honestly, like no really does change. And we've had those all the way closed, that as far down as it'll go, this one closed. That one over there is broken. And that really doesn't help our case.
Wait, guys.
Was that whistling? Yeah. There was whistling out there. No, wait, we all just heard that. It was either whistling or like somebody crying out.
That was so long.
Remember, if you heard it, no you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we heard that.
No, I don't want to imagine.
How much power do you have? Was that your voice? Wait.
A motion sensor in an empty room began triggering on its own, with nothing near it to explain why. Then the equipment gave them words, the same two, repeated over and over, like whatever was outside had finally found a way to answer them directly.
Give it like 1 or 2 minutes, let's see. I'm gonna say hello again. Hello? Bro, it sounds like somebody's outside by the car.
Never been easier. Never been easier. Been easier.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about communicating?
The first thought that ran through my head was getting into the building.
Right.
I get it.
You gotta be specific so we can understand what you mean. Well, think about this, dude. How often does somebody just randomly come here and offer an invite for whatever's out there to come and speak?
Exactly, yeah.
I know.
Actively try to find it.
People literally go milling this thing.
Bro, that first word that has come out and...
Upstairs, a ball at the top of the staircase rolled down on its own. Nobody was near it. The hallway above was empty. Through the device, a name came through first. Then, there was a warning about what would happen if they stayed.
Oh, none of us were moving, right? Okay, listen. I tapped on this railing. I knocked on the fucking wall.
Yeah.
It would have happened right then and there, right?
Yes.
You guys heard that noise right before the ball started falling?
Yes.
It will never be found.
You will never be found.
Lost here? Is that what it said earlier?
You will never be found. Wait, it said George. Lost. Is there somebody upstairs?
Guys. Something was just moving in here.
Did you already make your way inside?
I'm shaking.
What?
That was me. Did you hear that?
Yeah, the knock. Anathan. A-N-A-T-H-A-N.
Angle here of it, far as fuck back on the stairs. There's no way that was moving. You shook that.
You were probably filming yourself before that. I don't know who you were filming. I want everybody to know that I was not doing... That camera. That camera has it. We have to look. We have to look. Nobody was moving. I'm gonna look.
Something started moving along the outside wall, slow, deliberate, like fingers dragging across wood. Not wind, not branches, The group swore it sounded like claws, tracing the house from one side to the other. Then the footsteps came again, faster this time, heading straight for the front door. The group shoved chairs against it and dropped low as shapes crossed the windows outside.
I have an anxiety attack. Someone just walked up to us, dude. I swear on everything.
That was so loud.
Dude, seriously? Dude, that was someone. That was 100% footsteps.
That was like walking up to the door like this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like with some quickness.
Wait, did something come in? I don't know. Why is that doing that?
I don't know. Can you let go of that?
A voice began calling from somewhere past the porch, pulling at them to step outside into the dark. They stayed exactly where they were.
You will never escape me.
We turn the lights back on?
Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't want to do it.
What was that?
That was a voice. Somebody just said something.
What was that, dude?
Something just said something right outside.
I heard that.
It's time to go. Guys, we can't stay here. As much as I want to.
Oh my fuck.
I do want to, guys. I do want to. But whatever's going on right now, we've been told back to back to back to back.
Whatever circled, that cabin knew exactly which sounds would keep them awake. Some places do not need to break down a door. They only need you to open it yourself. Lamar had a rule for himself. Every time he came back to this exact summit, something happened. Not maybe, every time. So when he strapped on snowshoes on January 25th, 2026, and headed out alone with his dog Kia for the channel Paranormal Discovery, he already knew today probably wouldn't be any different.
Down below, I keep coming back to the spot because we keep finding stuff, hearing stuff, and camping out, and just almost every time we come here, something crazy.
Fresh moose tracks cut through the deep snow, but the trail itself felt wrong before Lamar could explain why. Not dangerous exactly, just off, like the mountain wanted them gone. Earlier that day, a search helicopter had passed low over the summit, the kind used to look for someone missing. Lamar didn't think much of it at the time.
Yeah, to start off, this trail kind of gives me a weird vibe. Like, it's not a vibe that I've really had before. Just kind of like a get out of here kind of vibe. Like, usually in the daytime, it's a lot better and kind of nice, but you get it unwelcoming. That's the best term of.
Kia noticed first. The dog who normally pushed ahead on every hike suddenly planted herself in the snow, shaking, refusing to move another step into the brush ahead.
Hello? Why is she sitting down like that? Something's out here. Can you go, babe? Let's try to keep going. Okay, something's wrong.
Lamar turned back for her safety, then returned alone to check the spot she wouldn't enter. That was when he found it, one massive footprint pressed into solid ice, with nothing leading toward it and nothing leading away.
I'm going crazy, man. I'm going crazy. What is this footprint? I can't even make this up right now. Look at this. Right there. The palm of a foot. What the hell? That is definitely a Bigfoot foot. Like, I think I'm on ice right now. Second one could be right there, but that's definitely a foot.
As the light faded and Lamar pushed on toward camp, a voice cut through the silence behind him. Not wind, not an animal, his own name, spoken clearly from somewhere in the trees.
I don't think that's people. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! That was my name. That was my name. Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck? That was my fucking name. That was my fucking name.
Once inside his tent, Lomar tried a spirit device, asking who had called him. The answer came back immediately. 3 words, impossible to explain away.
Do you believe we're real?
Explain that device. So the device I was using...
There's a woman watching.
By 6 in the morning, the light finally returned. Lomar didn't linger to ask more questions or push his luck any further. He packed up fast, eager to get off that mountain before dark could bring the voice back.
Did it, Keith? What do you think, baby? We did it. Time to stoke this fire. You can kind of see how the heat just totally melted the ground. You can actually see the real ground now. That's crazy. I'm gonna save that. Damn, I need a coffee. Kia's still up.
Dogs pick up on things people miss, so when Kia freezes on a trail for no visible reason, that's nothing. Maybe it was the moose, maybe the ice. But a footprint with no trail and a voice that knew his name don't explain themselves that easily. New River Gorge, West Virginia. Midnight, fog rolling in off the water. Exactly where locals say not to camp after dark. Bears and his wife, Tiff, whose channel is Exploring with Bears, had just come from exploring an abandoned ghost town nearby. It was May 7th, 2026, and this was supposed to be the easy part of the trip.
Tonight we travel to West Virginia, where me and my wife first stop off at a ghost town called Thurman, located in the middle of the mountain. But now, we head deeper into the mountains to find our campsite where we are going to attempt to stay in the haunted Appalachian Mountains. But it goes terribly wrong.
They were deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a region with its own set of unspoken rules passed down for generations. Bears broke one of the most well-known almost immediately. He whistled out into the dark.
Back to another Appalachian camping adventure. Is it Appalachian or Appalachia?
Appalachia?
Appalachian. We are deep in the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian.
Appalachian. And I thought I just seen something moving over there.
Oh.
Did you hear that? I thought that sounded like a...
While Tiff stayed inside the truck, Bears walked down to the riverbank alone. The water had a violent history. Bodies thrown in during an era when the region was known for bloodshed and lawlessness.
So right now, we have currently set up our camp at the... What's it called, babe?
New River.
My memory. New River Gorge, though. And this river has history, too. There was so much bloodshed here that bodies used to be tossed in this river right here. And people were probably killed. There was so much killing going on in those days. Very violent times. History. A lot of history here. Anyway, but deep in Appalachia, which is supposed night. And right now,
we're not allowed to be out here?
No, you're not supposed to be out at night in the Appalachia.
Back at camp, the air sat heavy, and the only sound was the river moving past below them. They weren't supposed to be out there after dark. Locals had already told them that the rule exists for a reason. Stories of feral people said to roam these mountains, wild and unpredictable, avoiding the parts of Appalachia everyone else stayed away from. Bears had laughed it off earlier that night. He wasn't laughing when the message came through from Tiff. Something had hit the side of the truck.
Babe, what happened?
It's too scary.
It's the Appalachian Mountains.
It's just too scary. Please come in. And stop filming me.
What hit the truck? What was you talking about? Okay, these are our water bottles. Okay, I'm coming.
Later, walking back from the river, Bears mentioned something he hadn't caught on camera, a car he didn't recognize, driving slowly through an area with no other cabins, no other campers, nothing around for miles. It had pulled up right beside their truck and just stopped. Then, at 3 in the morning, it happened again. A vehicle. People are getting out and moving around the truck in complete silence.
That was a car door. What are they doing? Man, is it that same?
It's the same truck.
Okay. Oh, that's creepy.
Bears and Tiff didn't wait to find out who they were or what they wanted. They got in the front seat and drove straight out of the gorge. The people circling that truck in the dark never said a word, and that silence is harder to explain than anything they could have shouted.
Have time to think. We jumped in the front seat. We hightailed it out of the location and drove all the way home from there with only like a couple hours of bad sleep maybe. But we did make it out safely, and that is one of the dangers of camping that you can come across.
It's just woods, they kept telling themselves. Just trees, just dark, nothing that can't be explained. Broken Capital, the channel behind the video, uploaded the footage on August 23rd, 2025, documenting a night of forest linked to reports of black-eyed children, strange lights, and large animal-like figures moving through the trees. They pitched their tent close to an old memorial site, rows of graves marking a history neither of them knew much about. It made the place feel heavier before dark, even fully set in. They set up camp and started running paranormal apps, with no idea what the night was about to bring.
Just woods.
There's 1 minute it's eerily silent, and then the next minute you start hearing things.
Right.
Give it a couple of minutes and you'll start hearing things. It's weird.
I can't wait.
Dead again.
Right, we're going to have another look round. We'll find some areas. I mean, like we said, we're here all night.
Unfortunately.
Whoa. That moth just scared the shit out of me.
I thought that's an orb.
Shut up, you dig.
Yeah.
What?
You hear that then, or was that your feet? What? Rustling.
Well, I did rustle then when you said what.
Oh,
but
it could be your feet. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it wasn't one of the...
Once darkness came in, they moved through the trees carefully, lights sweeping ahead of them. Every snapping twig and distant knock put them more on edge. The woods had a loaded feeling, like something was sitting just past where their lights could reach.
Whoa, that was heavy.
that was very heavy. Oh fuck, there's people coming with lights.
Where?
Over there.
It's warm, man. Let's get back to the tent.
Coming with lights, Carl.
Yeah, let's get back to the tent.
You can see people coming with lights. I'm more scared of people than paranormal at the minute. Right, see in a minute. Did you hear that little giggle? Laugh kind of thing?
No? Honestly?
Swear down. Right, let's just find the base. As if a tent's going to make us feel safe.
Well, what is that?
What is that light? It's next to the tent.
If that lamp's on, my lamp's turned on, we're going home. Oh, it's your camera.
You alright? Are you
They
alright?
get nothing out of me tonight.
What happened? False alarm on the light on camp. It was my camera.
They called out and ran their equipment. The forest answered with occasional rustling and faint knocking sounds. Shadows shifted at the corners of their vision. The feeling of being followed grew with every step.
Turn my light down. What did you hear? Fucking footsteps. Right, Carl decided to get the app on the go. It's got us in the mood a bit. Fucking hate 'em, I do. We're in the middle of the fucking woods, pitch black. Don't know what's going on. Right, we're gonna go and do another session, I think. See you in a minute. Look at that, Carl. Behind us. Great. mental.
Isn't it? These ferrets here. Can you come out and talk to us?
We're at a bit of an opening now. We're going to have a few call-outs.
Bloody hell.
What the fuck was that?
A big bang, wasn't it?
Sounds like a fucking firework or a gun. Why didn't we hear anything until we started?
That's like there.
Where?
No, in the skylight. See? It's a
Whoa.
bright one, isn't it?
What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it moving? Should we go and investigate?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so fucking... Wait. Because they'll see you from that car park right at the back.
Oh yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll get to a certain bit and we'll turn the lights off.
Then a heavy sound moved through the woods. Lights appeared in the distance, some moving fast, some drifting. They gave chase with their flashlights, but never found a source. The forest kept offering just enough to keep them moving, and never enough to give them answers.
Like, I understand I'm with Carl, and I'm scared anyway, right? So how the fuck do people do this on their own? Do you know what I mean? I've got one of them weird brains. I believe everything. Like, I'm just fuck up, I suppose, but this trip isn't for me. It's not even for Carl. It's for you. And the maddest fucking noise ever just happened. It sounded like the railings behind me were being shook. And I want to fucking go home. Carl's saying, nah, fucking be alright. I ain't like no bird I've heard, Carl.
There's like two birds on the stream, mate.
I've heard nothing all night. I was feeling a bit content, to be fair. I was like, I could probably do this. That was the fucking railings.
No, it weren't. It was bats.
What?
It was bats.
Having this on my chest. I'm going to turn it on when things happen. Right, my night vision camera's just died. There's people fucking all around the back. I don't know if they're investigators or what. I don't know how close I am to this. Hold on. They're fucking these people. And then I heard the railings rattling. And Carl's like, fucking hell's lights over there. Carl said they've gone.
Back at camp, sleep was not an option. The railings rattled hard. Footsteps moved around the outside of the tent. More lights appeared through the trees, and sounds surrounded them, close enough that they could no longer tell which direction to watch. Broken Capital later said it was the worst fear he had ever felt. They stayed up until morning, then packed up and left at daylight, uninjured but unsettled. Nothing ever showed itself. A 400-year-old ghost town, swallowed by mountains on the other side of the world. That's where Angelo, the man behind Exploring with Angelo, went back to on June 6, 2026. Nitsu, an abandoned mining village deep in the mountains of Japan. Although this place is far from Appalachia, it carries a similar feeling. Steep mountain roads, thick forest, abandoned work sites, and old stories trapped in the landscape. Nitsu closed in the 1980s, leaving behind a ghost town where many miners once lived and died. The drive-in alone is dangerous. Narrow one-lane roads twisting through rockslide areas, passing tunnels carved directly into natural stone. Angelo notices the strange quiet around them, only broken at times by the sound of something screaming from the brush.
So many blind spots.
Yeah. That's why they got the mirrors.
Punch. As you guys can see on the walls, they're all natural.
The mood changes as they reach the center of the ruins. Angelo remembers a mysterious figure he saw running into the woods during his previous visit. Soon after, he finds a faded poster for a 70-year-old hiker who disappeared on these trails in 2019 and was never found.
Person who's like right around here, and I waved to him, whatever, and he took off. He ran that way. For what reason? I have absolutely no idea. There's not really much down here other than rocks. Well, I mean, there is the river, so unless he was fishing and he just, for whatever reason, got spooked and decided to hightail it out of there, but for people. But yeah, like, I mean, I walked all the way down, didn't find anybody. There's nobody here now, so that was kind of strange. And then that's when I started looking it up, and I found a bunch of stories. There was a story of a lady who was coming through here at night, don't know exactly where, but she hit somebody. Then she got out and she didn't hit anybody. There was no, no evidence of her actually hitting a person. There was literally no one there.
As sunset nears, they search for a campsite by the river. While crossing a trash-filled area, Angelo suddenly freezes, feeling a cold hand grab and pull his leg, just like an earlier experience at Lake Chosinji.
Something legit just grabbed my freaking leg. There's definitely something like connected to this this particular spot. I think it's this man. Whoever this man is connected. There she goes. It full on felt as if somebody like full hand grabbed me. Who did that? That was weird. Whew.
They retreat to the fire, but the mountain does not let them settle. A loud, human-like shout erupts from the pitch-black woods directly behind their tent. There are no other cars or hikers for miles.
Like right here.
I thought I heard you make a noise. You're a bit far, so I
was like, the hell was that? It fully felt like an entire hand just tried to wrap around like this part of my leg. So, you definitely ask some questions. Or maybe, just presumably, what if it's the spirit of that man who's been missing for 7 years? I mean, I think it's safe to say that we can presume that he's no longer with us at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been 7 years. Yeah. Hike. Who knows what happened?
You could have had a heart attack.
Then the spirit box crackles to life. Shadows seem to darken just beyond the firelight, moving in ways they can't explain. Not long after, they find a strange reflector sign hanging high in a tree, with only one word on it.
That must have been a bird. That has to have been that thumping whatever, I don't know what that was.
Sounds of the forest.
Yeah.
Or the
I
mountain.
swear I just like... Yeah, for like a second I thought I saw like a small shadow like move right there. I don't trust this mound. Looked at me weird. Yeah. Yeah, there's like a random little kid's chair or something down there.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Huh.
Just hear that?
Yeah, that's... Well, at least their head's gonna be comfy.
Yeah, well I tried to put like our torso area like in the softest part of the ground and cleared it as much as possible. If it's not, it's just too bad.
Actually, it's not. It's a little sandy. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Exhausted and unsettled, they finally crawl into their tents. Angelo leaves a camera recording the darkness outside, hoping they both make it through the night. By morning, a missing hiker, a cold hand, and a voice from the woods had all appeared in the same night, in the same place. What would you think was really happening there?